You've got big dreams, right? You can picture yourself succeeding, and you imagine the life you want so clearly that you can practically reach out and touch it. But when it actually comes time to sit down and do the work, you just freeze. Well, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to dive deep into the psychology of why you have these massive ambitions but feel completely stuck in place. And more importantly, we're going to talk about how to finally break that cycle. Let's get right into it. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself this exact lie? Tomorrow will be different. You put off the work, you justify the delay, and you convince yourself you're definitely going to start tomorrow. But then tomorrow rolls around and you do the exact same thing all over again. You're imagining the life you want, but you're trapped in this endless loop. And honestly, the absolute worst part is that you know you're capable of more. You just can't seem to make yourself move. You know, we're so incredibly quick to label ourselves as lazy, but being ambitious yet stuck, that is not about lacking intelligence, and it is for sure not about lacking talent. It's about psychology. Lazy is just what you've been doing. It's not who you fundamentally are. What we're actually looking at are deep-seated psychological patterns built in your brain over time. And the really great news here, if a pattern was built, it can absolutely be unbuilt and changed.
Let's be real and look at your daily loop. You wake up in the morning with the best intentions. You tell yourself today's the day, but then you just check your phone for a second. A few minutes of scrolling turns into hours, and suddenly it's the middle of the afternoon. Now you feel sluggish and unmotivated, so you delay again. Finally, night falls, and you're laying in bed feeling incredibly guilty and disappointed, making that same promise that tomorrow will be the day. It is an exhausting, relentless cycle.
This loop keeps happening because you are living in a constant state of internal conflict. It's like a tug of war. On one side, you have your ambition. That's the part of you that dreams big, sets huge goals, and craves growth and hard work. But on the other side, you have the deeply ingrained desire for comfort. That part just wants safety, ease, and to avoid discomfort and failure at all costs. And right now, the comfort side is totally winning the tug of war. So why is comfort winning? Well, it's not because you're inherently weak. It's actually because your brain is biologically hardwired to avoid pain and seek out pleasure. Research shows that when you think about tackling your massive, complex goals, your brain sees all that effort, the uncertainty, the potential for failure, and it interprets it as a literal threat. So it pushes you toward an easier option, like grabbing your phone just to get a quick, safe dopamine hit. I absolutely love this quote from our sources. This is not laziness, this is survival mode. By choosing to scroll instead of working, your brain genuinely thinks it's doing you a solid. It thinks it's protecting you from harm. But the tragic irony here is that while it's protecting you from short-term discomfort, it is actively stealing your long-term happiness. You're building a deeply ingrained habit of avoidance, literally teaching your brain every single day that your dreams don't matter. Now, you're probably sitting there thinking, man, I just need more motivation. I just gotta be more disciplined. But here's the thing, motivation is just a feeling. And like all feelings, it comes and it goes. It's totally unreliable. You absolutely cannot build a stable, successful life on something as fleeting as a feeling of motivation. You need something way stronger than that. You need structure and you need systems. Which brings us to another massive roadblock we have to talk about. Are you waiting for the perfect plan? Because you might be struggling with this pristine, idealized vision of success that makes anything less feel like a total failure. So, what do? You wait. You wait until you feel fully ready, until the stars align and the conditions are just right. But let me tell you, while you're waiting for ideal conditions that literally do not exist, your life is just passing you by. The reality of all that waiting is pretty harsh. Perfectionism is not about having high standards. Actually, scratch that. It's really just fear disguised as excellence. It's nothing more than your brain giving you a very sophisticated, acceptable excuse to never start. Because think about it. If you never actually take the plunge and start, you never have to face the terrifying possibility of failing. We've all been taught that failure is the opposite of success, right? But it's not. Inaction is the actual opposite of success. You're terrified of finding out that maybe you aren't capable of achieving your dreams. But remember this, when you fail, you actually learn something incredibly valuable. When you do nothing, you guarantee that you learn absolutely nothing. I mean, every successful person out there has failed way more times than you've even tried.
So here is a hard truth you just have to accept. You are not going to feel like doing it. You're never going to wake up magically bursting with endless energy and excitement to tackle the hardest things in your life. That is simply not how the human brain works. You have to accept the fact that you will have to take action even when you don't feel like it. Actually, especially then.
Okay, so how do we actually fix this? To break this cycle, you have to rewire your brain, and our sources point to 3 really crucial steps. First, start incredibly small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Write just 1 paragraph. Work for just 15 minutes. Second, ignore your brain when it begs you to stop, because it will give you every excuse in the book. And third, just keep coming back. Doing this slowly rewires your neural pathways to realize that discomfort isn't actually a threat. It all boils down to the math of success. Consistency is greater than perfection. You are not trying to be flawless right now. You are just trying to be consistent. Every single time you take action, despite that heavy resistance you feel, you are proving to your brain that the discomfort is not dangerous. You're building up the muscle of discipline, literally 1 tiny rep at a time. But listen, you cannot rely on willpower alone. You need environmental design. Highly successful people don't magically have more willpower than you. They just have much better systems. You have to remove the temptations to make your default action a productive one. Put the phone in a totally different room, turn off every notification, clear the physical and digital clutter. Make it harder to be distracted than it is to just sit down and do the work. Every distraction removed is energy saved for your goals. All right, I might step on some toes with this one, but it is absolutely crucial. Stop consuming content as a form of avoidance. Watching endless productivity videos, reading success articles, and yes, even listening to multiple explainers like this one back to back. It feels incredibly productive, doesn't it? It feels like progress, but it's really just your brain tricking you into thinking that learning about the work is the same thing as actually executing the work. You don't need more information right now, you need action. And when you do finally take that action, accept that your first attempt at anything is going to be terrible. Every masterpiece started as a messy, ugly rough draft. And you know what? That is perfectly okay. Every expert out there was once a struggling beginner. You aren't trying to be great on day 1. Quality comes much, much later. Today, you are just building the habit of showing up. Keep in mind, the journey of progress is never a straight line. You are going to face massive resistance. You are absolutely going to have days where you completely regress and skip your work. But the people who actually succeed, they're the ones who don't let one bad day turn into an excuse to just throw in the towel and give up on the whole week. They acknowledge the setback and they get right back on track. To do that, you have to practice self-compassion. I'm serious, this is critical. Guilt and shame do not motivate you. Beating yourself up while you're lying in bed only makes the cycle so much worse. You have to forgive yourself for yesterday's mistakes. And forgiveness isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about giving yourself the permission to try again today without carrying that heavy, paralyzing weight of past failures. If you take absolutely nothing else away from this, please remember this. You are not broken. You are not hopeless, and you are not permanently lazy. You are simply a person with vast potential who is temporarily stuck in a behavioral pattern of avoiding discomfort. And the most wonderful news in the world is that patterns can be changed. So how do you change it? Action creates momentum. Just one small, imperfect step today teaches your brain that you are actually serious this time. And then another small step tomorrow builds on that. Before you know it, that tiny little spark becomes an unstoppable momentum that will completely transform your life. You have spent so much time imagining the life you want. Now it is time to build it, brick by brick. Which leaves us with one final, very important question. Are you ready to stop dreaming and start doing? Because nobody is coming to do this for you. Nobody is going to magically save you from yourself. So do me a huge favor. When this explainer ends, close the window and take one small, uncomfortable action. Just ask yourself, what amazing things could you accomplish by this time next year if you just stopped letting your brain trick you into choosing comfort today?